Alright, this is a video that I'll be focusing on the Allen Bradley SLC500 PLC. It's got a SLC5/02 CPU. Hundreds of inputs and outputs. Some of them are TTL and some I can run off 10 to 30 volts, I believe. It's got a built-in 24 volt power supply, fuse. It's also got a card down here for communication, which I haven't really figured out how to use it yet, but maybe I will. A couple switches going to it. It's all running off this power supply I've got down here. It's got a 24 volt power supply built into it. There's a video on that if you want to watch that. Alright, so I'll flip that on. I'm getting about 10.5 volts off that 12 volt rail from the PC power supply. Originally I had this basic stamp controlling a servo motor, and I hooked it up backwards and fried the servo motor. So apparently if you're using one of these 9 volt adapters, the little plug, the red and black doesn't mean it's red or black if you're using it in another application. That was kind of stupid, but so I fried the servo motor. Here, actually I think it needs to be reset. Maybe not. It's got inputs on there, which they're not actually reading correctly anyways because it's off. So I'll put this switch to the PLC, and you can see it start to light up and do its thing. This switch goes to, these are the inputs and those are the outputs, and I've actually got them backwards because they're TTL. So you'll notice that when an input is turned on, the output will turn off actually, but well, that's another story. So we got total of 4 different switches. I got a buzzer hooked up here, and I'll show you that in a second. That's actually a timer. This light comes on after 5 seconds, and during the 5 seconds beforehand, the buzzer will go off. And that's kind of emulating in maybe an assembly line in an industrial workplace. You might have a conveyor belt and you want a buzzer to go off before it starts turning, so that everybody knows to get clear. I'm gonna go ahead and go online with this. Monitor the file. This is all the programming inside of the PLC. This is all on ladder logic. And if I scroll down, I've got the timer there, and you can actually see everything in real time. So if I go ahead and flip the switch, oh, I just turned off the power supply. Let's try that again. But you can see all the things that are happening here, or I hope you can. The DN is what is the trigger from the timer, and that will turn something on or off whenever the timer is done counting. And the EN, enable, is for while it's counting down. So you can see on these lines down here, I forget how exactly it's set up, but you can watch the light down here. So it'll beep for 5 seconds, beep turns off, and the light turns on, and then that just turns it on if you flip the switch the other way. So pretty much that's about it, what I've got hooked up right now. And I've got a lot of other things to try. I've got a keypad that can interface with the basic stamp and things like that. So I guess that's it for this video. I really want to do something with this thing, so if you guys got some ideas, send them my way. Maybe if you have experience with them in the field, you might know a little more than I do about them and know more what I can do with them. So please send me your ideas. I don't want to do Christmas lights really. I'd like to do something a little more involved. I am thinking about, I can use them with my Lego marble machine I'm working on. I can actually use the inputs and outputs to control motors or whatever functions I'd like. So send me your ideas for that, because I think it could be really cool. It doesn't have to necessarily be for a marble machine, but I've got lots of motors and inputs and sensors that I can use and maybe build something pretty cool. Down here I've got some capacitive sensors. They're proximity sensors. If something's about that far from it, it'll trigger a response. So I could use it with a marble machine. There's pretty cool stuff with it. So again, some of your ideas, make your own videos, and that's it.